He keeps it rocking and he keeps it rolling. Isn't it great to be Theo Dolan?
So, I did it. I achieved my dream of being a published author. It isn't a dream that I've had for a long time, but when my friend Max told me about Novel Writing November, I knew that I had to write a novel. And I did it with the help of some collaborators. Back during my art gallery opening, I told 3 guests and friends about the idea that I had for writing a novel. And we decided that we'd all write the novel together, but we wouldn't be allowed to read each other's chapters, and we would only kind of have a loose outline about what we would be writing about. And honestly, I never thought that it was going to amount to be what it turned into, but we actually did it. So yeah, basically this is the journey for us writing our first novel. So we got home that night and I texted Novel Writing November, and everyone seemed down to do it. And as you can see, I texted a little outline. It's not so long, but it got across everything it needed to, basically. And then we got to work. So I'm about to start writing my chapter of the book.
I've written 4 pages.
And it's due when? On Friday?
Friday, yeah.
This Friday. Look at all these cars with tickets. I'm a little bit nervous because I don't know exactly where to start. I'm starting in chapter 3 and I don't know really any of the characters.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah.
Yeah. I'm starting on chapter 1, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. And now I'm here and we'll see what happens. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and hopefully I'll get on a roll. I think I have 1 sentence. And what does 1 sentence turn into? 2 sentences.
Pages.
Yeah, and then 2 sentences can turn
yeah.
into 25 pages.
Yeah.
Hi, I am about to start writing chapter 4, the final chapter of our book. This is what I have so far. So it's going really well. Yeah, feeling like I'm not really sure where to start, but hopefully, once I take to the page, it will all just flow out of me. So I haven't procrastinated, but I also haven't not procrastinated.
So, hi, Theo. I'm in the midst of working on my novel. I've been discussing it a lot with my amazing roommates. So Maggie.
Sounds so cool.
And Abby. And they know how stressed I am about this, how it's not coming together. It's like the thoughts are all there, rushing around in my head, but I just can't seem to get it on the page.
So we just wrote, Sarah's at 9 pages, I'm at, I would say, 1.5 pages.
It's mostly dialogue, but I think that's fine because I think that conveys exactly what I want to convey.
Mine's actually turning out quite good, I think.
I did look over your shoulder and read a bit of it, and it was great.
Wow.
Hello, I'm just about to start my writing session. Sorry for the panting in the background. I am watching a 140-pound dog right now. He's actually working on a few books himself. So, it's really nice to just have a collaborator to bounce ideas off of. But anyway, about to lock in, and that's all from me.
I think that finding out that the main character is a Republican has been tough for me, especially since the election just happened. But I'm working with it. I kind of have started to like the main character less and less as I've been writing about her, even before the Republican thing. She's just kind of the woat. I don't know. I don't know. She's super nosy and annoying. I thought she was spunky for a second, but now she's just getting on my nerves a little bit. I'm like, girl, stop acting like this.
Went to the library after work today, and I was at 9 pages, and now I'm at 13. Turns out the Queen's Public Libraries close at 6 p.m. So I probably would have gotten all of my pages done if not for that. But yeah, just wanted to check in. So let me just preface this by saying, one, I was always more of a STEM person. I haven't taken an English class. So, and also, I don't really know how the government works.
What's not helping is that I actually am feeling under the weather. I have a fever. What really is the cherry on top is that I have to write a sex scene right now. I can't say this is something I've done before. Not the sex, the writing.
Some crazy stuff's happening. Amanda has become a bit of a super spy. I don't know how this happened. It kind of just evolved this way. I think I was writing her and I was getting really, really bored by like everything that she was doing and everything she was standing for. And I feel like the most go-to way to make someone a little more interesting is just give them some punches, some kicks, etc. Crazy move, perhaps controversial. We'll see.
I'm writing my chapter. Woo! But it's a little difficult. I'm 10 pages in, which would feel good normally, but it's due in 2 days, and I do have 15 more pages to write, which right now is feeling quite daunting, I would say. Yeah, it's a bit overwhelming. Also, her roommate Annie might have gotten kidnapped of some kind. That is what I have to figure out for the next 15 pages, but I'm grinding. I'm moving along, so you can't blame me too much. I got the great opportunity to interview one of my favorite authors, and one of the most creative people I have known, and a great friend, Margaret Stohl. So get excited for that interview. She's going to explain what it takes to write a novel.
Hi, I'm Margaret Stohl. I'm a #1 New York Times bestselling author. That's the bit I have to plug in the beginning. I'm the CEO of a transmedia studio. I like to say world building studio, but that leads to the question, why, Margaret, what is a world building studio? And we can get into that later. But I have written Marvel Comics. I have written 15 books and graphic novels. I have had things adapted to the big screen and to certain degrees of smaller screens. And I have predominantly been in and out of the game industry for about 30 years. As much as the rules and inciting incidents and the algorithms and all of those things exist and work. And if you want to work, you have to be aware, at least, of all of them. There is something revolutionary about just kind of riffing as a human in your human skin and seeing what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is it. #1, writing a book is a small thing. You think it's a big thing. It is a small thing. Okay? I'm serious.
Mm-hmm.
You write a book, you think, oh my God, this book has to have everything I ever thought of has to go in this book. This is the book. This is a great American novel. This is the book of my life. Okay?
Yeah.
That is inaccurate. No.
Yeah.
Book is not a big thing. That is incorrect. A book is a small thing. Okay.
Yeah.
What a book actually is, and this is what the process is like. There's the first phase, which I call the crow phase. Okay.
Yeah.
The crow phase does not happen in a piece of paper. For the crow phase, you need a Sharpie pen.
Yeah.
And you start defacing the novels, the books rather, often for me nonfiction, on your own shelf. I'm starting to circle words that I think are interesting, like a crow on a shiny object.
Yeah.
Suddenly I'm looking at plastic explosives. Suddenly I'm looking at Belarus. Suddenly I'm looking into old CIA handbooks. I don't know what's going on in here, but I'm clearly shopping. I'm in the shopping phase. Okay. Then I move into a open project phase, like your hips, that I think of as I can't remember what it's called, but it's the list. It's like the grocery list in the front of a recipe before it tells you the steps. So the shopping list. And then I will take my pen, and on a bunch of note cards or one sheet of paper, I will start writing onion, carrot. The list will actually be like orphan, plastic explosives, hidden identity, dolphin rescue, kelp forest, cloud seeding, whatever. Okay, so now there's like this jumble of one page. It's always one page. It's like that list. So then I take, this is when it gets very serious. I take my pen. So here's my, you can't really see this, but pretend you can see it. It's a piece of paper. I take my pen and I number 1 through 30. And then I write one word by each of that. So it says, you know, girl, kelp, you know, poison, explode. So your first 10 is your setup. That's act 1. You're following the act structure. You have 1 through 30 written on your paper because that's a whole book. That's all there is. There are 30 ideas in a book. Because basically you're looking at 30 chapters and none of these chapters is more than 10 pages, right? So these are your first 10 chapters. You even have 10 words, that sets you up. The next phase of this, you go to 10 lines that tell you here. Usually something bad happens by the beginning of the second column, but that is 10 more, which we call the mushy middle. The mushy middle is so bad in general. That's where like people start to say, should I put this book down? I don't know. The mushy middle's terrible. So my trick is I extend the first couple beats go into the act 1, long act 1, long act 3, short mushy middle, minimum mush. Okay.
Yeah.
And by the time you're in act 3, you're blowing stuff up. You are like getting to the ending. The ending actually takes the whole third of the book and you're there. So my point here is I go from 30 words to 30 lines. And then each one of those lines becomes like 10 note cards or whatever. Like I take each of those lines and I write them on the wall. And then I make, what does this 1 unpack into? What does 2 unpack into? So when people say they run out of steam writing a book, I just say you didn't like do the work, right?
Yeah.
If you did the work, you would never like, you know exactly what's going to be, even though you're going to change your mind and ignore this a lot of the time.
Yeah.
You have enough stuff, but really a book is 30 things. That's how I write a book. It's not a big thing kind of at all. The point isn't that you can plan out programmatically the algorithm for your book. The point is to have a disciplined approach so that when you ignore yourself, you go somewhere great. All right.
Okay, well, let's do that. And thanks for talking with me.
Anytime, you know where to find me. I live in this box on your screen.
So I got my little brother Leo Dolan on the show today. He loves Fortnite, Mr. Beast, and he loves the show. And don't look in the camera at this part. Don't look in the camera at this part. Sorry. Now you've just messed up my flow. Don't look in the camera at this part.
Okay.
Don't look in the camera at this part.
Tell me when I can look in the camera.
I will. No, you're never going to want to look in this camera. This camera's for me.
Okay.
Okay?
Sorry.
So never look in this one. And you're looking in it right now. You're going to want to look in that one over there. This is for me. This camera's for me. He has quite an issue with boundaries. But today we're having my little brother on the show.
Woo!
You never need to look in this camera. I would say you never need to look in that camera.
Okay, sorry.
Today we're having my little brother on the show.
Sorry.
Just be
Which one? I don't
Just
know.
be quiet and sit still when I'm doing the intro. Just be quiet and sit still, okay? Today I have my little brother Leo Dolan on the show. He loves Fortnite and video games, and he is a bit of a troublemaker, but he loves prank calls, and so he's here to talk about his most recent prank call. Stop laughing at that, okay? It's not funny. Do not look at that camera.
What do you,
How was your most recent prank call, Leo?
oh my God, dude. Literally, I called the bank.
I called the bank. I called the bank of the town.
You never need to look in this camera. This is your camera.
This is the closest one to me.
Yeah, but it doesn't angle towards you. You want to look in this camera right here.
Sorry.
You just want to look in this one.
Sorry.
Okay, Leo, I love you. I do. I love you a lot. But just listen to what I say. This camera you never need to look in. You honestly never even need to look in any of them. Look in my eyes. Just look at me and tell it to me like there's no camera around at all.
Okay, but you already know the story.
I don't know the story that well. I don't know some details of it. I know the general gist of the story, and that's why I brought you on. But I don't know all the details, okay?
Okay.
So I want to hear those.
Okay.
Okay. So Leo, what was your most recent prank call like?
Thursday, called the bank. Mm-hmm. Said, give me all your money. Then I hung up, ordered pizza. That was the rest of the night.
Say it with some energy. Say it with some character like you were doing before.
But it seemed like you don't want me to do that.
I want you to do it, just don't look into that camera.
Okay.
Leo, how was your most recent prank call?
Pretty good. I called the bank on Thursday. I said, give me all your money. And they said, what? And I was like, just a prank, bro. But seriously, I'm gonna order pizza after this.
Don't look at the camera! Don't look into this camera! Look into that camera! Do not look into that camera!
Sorry.
Oh my God, it was great. It was like perfect, and then you looked right into that camera.
So we finished up the book. It was a long process, but honestly, we made it happen. And I got inspired and I decided I was going to order some copies online. So I ordered the minimum number of copies you could order, which was 25. And it took a while for it to come, but Hadasa happened to be over, so we opened it up together. Tetanus. We'll have my shots done.
Okay, good.
This is probably the most inefficient way. But this is how I want to open it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Okay.
No way.
way. Okay, wow.
Wait.
This is beautiful. Wow. Oh my God. Wait, why is this beautiful? Wow.
I'm actually shocked.
Well, I think what I should have done too is put maybe some page numbers on here.
Oh.
That would have been nice.
I think this book is going to be studied for generations.
I think this could be part of the new American
canon.
Literary canon. Literary canon.
Honestly, it's like, this is what I imagine it feels like when you meet your child.
Yeah, I know. It's surreal. It is surreal.
Wait.
It's crazy you can just do this. We live in like a kind of a world where this is like, you can just do, yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my, like in a way I'm looking at this and I'm like, what did we do?
I don't
in this?
know.
It looks so good though.
It
really
good,
looks
but I
so
also
good.
literally wrote my chapter in a week.
Me too.
I can't believe there's no page number.
Okay, never mind.
Gross. It's like gas.
To Amanda!
Amanda. Wow.
Wow.
That's good. So, in honor of the book being finished, we decided to hold a reading where we would read a section of the book and let people buy the excess copies that we had. So, here are some highlights from that. Thank you guys so much for coming to the reading of our first ever book, The Amanda Dossier.
I wrote the first chapter, which is obviously just setting up kind of the scene for the rest of the book. Emma's gonna read a portion of my chapter. I'm gonna have her kind of read the part where Amanda discovers that there's really something bad happening. And I will say I kind of messed around with the form a bit.
She searched for Poppy's poppies in the shared drive. Nothing. This is a beautiful song that Sarah included. I unfortunately cannot sing, but I'm going to try to say it in the most melodic tone that I can. I walked in with... I walked in with a dream, a fresh start. Thought I'd make a change, play my part. But the numbers don't add up, the facts don't fit. I'm starting to wonder, is this all just it? They tell me it's thriving, jobs on the rise. But when I look closer, all I see are lies. Shell companies and empty streets. Where's the progress? Where's the beat? Okay, so next is my chapter. The tagline that Theo gave me to work with was Amanda discovers more. So that was limited information, and yeah, this is what we got.
The ruffian on the ground was wearing a ski mask, pulled down low over his face, typical criminal behavior. Pressing her forearm against the neck of the man on the ground, she whipped off the hood. Her jaw fell open. She could not believe her eyes. Hank. What was he doing here? She knew what she was doing here, but him? He was the nicest, blandest person she'd ever met. He didn't have a mischievous bone in his entire body. She rejected his offers for lunch 4 times in the past 2 weeks, and he hadn't been upset once. Was he following her? Oh my god, Hank said. He was panicking. Who are you? This isn't what it looks like, I promise.
Alright, so Sarah's about to read a section of my chapter. My chapter, up until now, what you have missed is Amanda has a hard drive with a lot of more information she and Hank have uncovered about the conspiracy. And she's walking she lives 15 minutes away from the Washington Post. So she's on her way, walking to the Washington Post to try and give them the hard drive.
Covering everything up. Miss Hugging Kiss. I'm not asking. This is a request straight from the office of the president. He would like to see you. I'm sure he would, bitch. Amanda had been eyeing any possible way for her to escape. There was a small gap to her left. If she ran fast enough, she might be able to get out of here. But then what? They would catch her eventually. When they caught her, she would have given up her strategic advantage. They underestimated her. Please don't say that word. What, bitch? Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. She remembered when she toured the White House in 6th grade that the room she was going to was off limits to most staffers. She had peeked her head in. It was just a room with a window, a chair, and a couch. She thought, why was this room off limits? Seems like she was about to find out.
Just to catch you up to speed, when we all convened, however many months ago it was, I very quickly offered to Theo that I would write smut for this book. Which is really difficult. I don't know if anybody has ever tried to write smut, but wow, it's really awkward between you and your computer. It makes you know.
Oh hey, I've actually been meaning to talk to you about the Richard is cut off by Amanda meeting him only millimeters away from his face. Hi. He barely assembles a single syllable. Amanda says nothing back. She just stares and breathes on him. In, out, in, out. Each breath intensifies in sound and gusto. Wait, are you okay? What is... She takes a step forward, pushes him backwards, and goes in tongue first. Of course, Richard leans in right away. Beneath her, Amanda feels him exhale whatever he was doing before and now breathe her in like nitrous oxide. Just as Amanda's about to bite down on Richard's lip, his favorite, the door to the office inside swings open, and out walks the president and the vice president. Imagine. And now I need to decide whether or not I want to be a whistleblower, and I didn't even know what that word meant 6 months ago. And I know I have a political science degree, but somehow I missed that one. And there's not exactly a WikiHow on how to be a whistleblower, so I'm kind of like freaking out here. So to your question, Richard, no, I don't consider this holy ground, because everyone here is a fucking criminal fraudster pervert. So, with that, I'm going to fuck you on the Senate floor.
It was amazing as a DC native. It was very relatable to me, and Amanda Dossier, I see myself in her.
In the literary world. Please give it a read. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. This novel is actually every genre, comedy, thriller, politics, and romance. If you want to read it, you very much should. You should read it.
I laughed, I cried, I wept, which is I think different. And I can't wait to get into bed with this tonight.
I think it was funny and all, but it was a really poignant sort of piece for the ages, and I don't know, it's fun to laugh and also take a good hard look in the mirror, so yeah, I'm blown away.
Coming, best night of February, happy Valentine's Day.
He keeps it rocking and he keeps it rolling. Isn't it great to be Theo Dolan?